Hello, my name is Derek Garber, and I'm just going to give you a quick little introduction about myself. So, like I stated earlier, my name is Derek Garber. I am currently in my fifth year of teaching. I teach at the Springfield Local School District, located about 10 minutes south of Akron, Ohio. I also previously had teaching experience at Toledo Public Schools, the fourth largest school district in the state of Ohio. I have a undergraduate degree from Bowling Green State University in special education. I also have a master's degree from Grand Canyon University in autism spectrum disorder, and I am currently working on my second master's degree from Grand Canyon University in the area of curriculum instruction. Uh, some things I enjoy outside of teaching. I currently am the head coach of both the junior varsity football as well as junior varsity boys basketball teams at my school district. I also enjoy golfing, hanging out with friends and family, and listening to music. So today I'm going to talk about the difference between teaching adults versus teaching children. So many times we know as educators is that we need to be lifelong learners. Okay, so this is very important. Oftentimes, myself included, I have sat in professional development sessions where we are supposed to be gaining valuable skills, and the presenter is treating us just like they would a classroom child. So, the big thing about teaching adults is adults need to know why this is going to be important, why this will benefit them in the long run. So, there are five main principles of adult learning. The first one is the need to know. So, like I said, why this principle, why we are learning it, how it will benefit them. The next is the self concept of learning. So, this is allowing adults to be involved in their learning, choosing how they learn. The third one is the role of experience. It is very important to be able to connect prior information to what adults are learning, as well as allow them to connect it to real world experience they may have. The fourth principle that we have is the readiness to learn. How willing are the adults to learn? We need to create an engaging and energetic presentation. And finally, the fifth one is a problem centered learning. It is important that we teach adults with specific skills in mind in order to help them solve real world problems that they come across every day. So, it is important when teaching to adults that we include the why of why we are learning this. This can be included by a simple explanation. Also, a big way is case studies. Adults can take a look at something that they may have worked with previously and how they can include these new skills. Some best practices for creating engaging lessons for adults. One that I found that is very beneficial is connecting the curriculum being taught to prior knowledge. This allows the individuals to be able to scaffold this information and be able to learn from past experiences that they may have learned and be able to build upon it. The second way to create an engaging lesson is by having real world relevance, explaining to the teachers how they are able to take this skill and expand upon it in their real life classroom, whether this be classroom management, working with different types of assessment. If teachers are able to see its real world application, they are much more likely to be able to gain the skill. And the third one is explaining why this skill is being taught and how it will benefit the teacher. By explaining the importance of the skill and how it will benefit them, teachers are much more likely to be engaged, much more likely to be involved in the learning process and their overall uh, growth of the skill. So, like we know in any sort of curriculum, there are always biases that will be present, whether these are implicit bias or bias that we may be unaware of. So, the first step in eliminating bias is to take a personal inventory and understand our own personal biases. This can be done by simple surveys online or taking a step back to really reflect on certain biases we may have. The next one to eliminate biases is to understand our audience and what culture they may come from. being able to understand our audience, we may be able to implement things into our presentation that is specific to that culture, as well as maybe avoid things that that culture doesn't have as much familiarity with. By doing this, it will allow the learners to be able to better understand the information and get more out of the presentation. And the final thing we can do to eliminate bias is by simply learning about different cultures. This can be done informally or formally. It is very important as us as educators, we are modeling being lifelong learners. So this is learning about different cultures, their customs, how maybe they interact with one another. This can be very beneficial. So if you have a presentation in the future working with one of these cultures, you can implement these skills that you learned. So I just want to thank you guys today for being a great audience. Today we learned about the difference between teaching children versus adults. Adults, it is very important to explain why we are learning this skill, why it will benefit you, and why this has real world relevance. We also learned about the 5 principles of adult learning and also how to eliminate any biases you may have in your curriculum. This is all I had for you today. Like I said earlier, my name is Derek Garber. If you had any questions, feel free to stop me after the presentation. I would be love to chat with you more. Thank you and have a great day.